And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Jaden Lee. Pat is on the phone, but finally, the Banana Split podcast is back on YouTube and Spotify and Apple and wherever really you get your podcast from, because I don't know where this is. It's on a lot of places. All I know is I got to put on Spotify. This guy. I think I considered getting it on SoundCloud. I don't think it's on SoundCloud. New mics. There's two. He's again still on the phone. But how are you guys? Everyone all good? You know, we've been on a hard time here. You know, second lockdown and everything. I'm double vaxxed. He's double vaxxed. I think. I hope. Yeah. All of us have gone through some things, I suppose. Some of us struggling more than others, but I really hope that everyone's doing okay. And I appreciate those of you who come here and you listen or you watch this. Thank you.
So you have to hold it pretty close to your
probably
mouth.
About here, I'd say. It's like, look how much you've just done by going up to here.
Swallow that shit. Yeah, no, like every single messenger chat, I can't. I was going back through the message of the group chat to post stuff in the actual group, so it should all be there, even if some of it's a bit out of date.
Some of it's a bit out of date, he says. Some of it's a bit out of date.
Anyway, it's not like we started.
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to the camera for 5 minutes. Do you wonder if it'll be in the episode? And we're back. I've already said hello, as you guys know. I'm Pat. This is Jaden. Wait, no. Still the same joke. Never gets old.
It's been 3 months and...
Has it? Feels like it's been longer.
No, yeah, I had a look because it was episode 86, so this was 87. See how slow this is? Riveting viewing, I'm sure.
No,
I want to have a proper start, like...
What do you mean you want to have a proper start?
We can't just like sit down and... This was uploaded in June, right? So I think it was before... I can't remember basically, and I couldn't be bothered going through the entire episode. But I don't know if we talked about, and I know it was forever ago, but the Supernova Expo. And the whole thing about the guy with the Nazi stuff and all that. I don't remember if we discussed that. Whatever. I'm not that fussed.
Yeah. Listen, you and I have been arguing about relevancy for the past 2 days.
Yeah, okay. But, I mean, the thing is, I'm like OCD in the fact that if I've posted stuff...
No, I don't secretly delete your things when I go, I ain't talking about that.
Ah, you bastard. I should see that. There would be a log, I'm pretty sure.
Is there?
Stuff that gets deleted.
There?
Yeah, in the admin
have
page.
I deleted the log?
Do some research after this.
He won't do it. He'll totally forget.
True. I've noticed that before in editing. Like, oh yeah, I said I'd do that thing.
Where you at weight-wise?
Oh, right. I got down to 112. I don't know where I was 3 months ago. I think that's roughly it. I was somewhere north of 110. But in the meantime, I'd ballooned up to like 116, which is a new record. So I got a bit scared and started going to the gym more than twice a week. Let's say 3 times on average.
Nice.
Yeah, this week's been a bit... I mean, it's only Wednesday, right?
And I've been twice already.
Yeah, I think I've only been once on the weekend or something. But I discovered...
I went to one gym... Actually, technically, I've gone 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I went to one gym on Monday. And then I went to another gym on Monday. And then at 7 p.m. last night, I was like, I'm bored at home. I'm going to go to the gym.
Must be nice when you don't have a job.
I do have a job, thank you very much.
I thought they weren't... Like, didn't that just finish or something? You were saying that there's no
am
more
I
work?
employed? Yes. Do I have anything to do?
That's
no.
my point. If you're not going to work, then you're not... Yeah, if you're going to, like...
I think
you know
you'll find
you have more spare time.
I think you'll find some of us were incredibly busy with university.
Yeah, that's the main reason why we haven't been online, essentially. This guy flaked and decided to do some weird, pointless thing called an arts degree, and we'll see how that goes for him. It's media, right? Journalism.
It's communication.
Yeah.
I major in advertisement.
That's basically a social science.
I'm going to be the guy who tricks you into buying shitty products.
Right. Yeah, that seems right up your alley.
Yeah.
The most capitalist communist I've ever met.
Hey. Communist capitalist. Anyway. One is incredibly more important. It's me, and they call me Superman.
I think I've read that now.
Is he a
So-
communist?
Yes,
Good.
but he's still a good guy.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
does the right thing in the end. God, that means so many different things. It's
You know
like
what I
trying to
like?
argue about socialism online. Everyone, it's like that old joke about lawyers, or is it rabbis? When you ask them the meaning, if you have 5 rabbis and you ask them the meaning of life, you'll get like 7 answers. So smooth. We just
Yeah.
like went straight back into
I
this,
don't
hit the
even
ground
know.
running.
Here's the thing. I had no idea what he was talking about. I was just going to say how I moved that book
Mm.
on your glass table, and I got to wonder how long it's been there, considering there was a perfect outline of dust around it.
Yeah, I'd say 2 years.
Yeah.
Ever since I moved in.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't tend to touch the books. I touch the DVDs.
Yeah, they haven't moved much either. Who buys DVDs anymore, to be honest?
You.
It's been a while. I mean, there was that whole lockdown. Somehow we survived it. I'm actually shocked I haven't caught COVID yet. I get tested every few days and nothing. I'm almost disappointed. But I have had both shots now, so I guess the chance is slightly lower.
He's confirming what we were talking about
What?
before, folks.
What?
Oh, I was talking about how I'm double vaxxed, and I'm like, Pat's double
Right.
vaxxed.
Yeah.
I hope, I think, I pray.
Well, I'm waiting for the booster shot, and I want to get like one from every different. I want to collect them all.
You want to? Okay.
I'll be like the Thanos of
The way you
vaccines.
play, that's the way you play Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's the way I play Life with STDs.
Nice. Yeah, you
Gotta
can't catch
collect-
it if you've already got it.
Exactly. It's called super gonorrhea.
So I guess if we want to finish this before Friday, we'll get this going. And
Friday.
today is Wednesday, which is a cool. I think we normally try and do this on the weekend.
Yeah.
know, I was
I'm
pushing
gonna
to
give
get
us
this done.
till 8:00
Oh man, better move things along and
because
get
no
to
one
the,
wants to watch longer than an hour and a half. No one wants to watch
No,
10
true.
minutes of us.
unless you're Joe Rogan or Kevin Smith. Yeah, so fair enough. I'll make this as punchy as possible, which it hasn't been so far. So it might help to throw some content in, or at least news. However, unnews like it is anymore. But this is what I'm into, and hopefully you are too. First, I want to make a big.
We here, the Banana Split podcast, do not endorse what Pat is about to say about the Chinese government.
Well, I was actually first going to honor. I don't think we talked about him 3 months ago because that only happened in September. Yeah, Michael K. Williams, who played Omar Little in one of the best TV series of all time. He's done a bunch of stuff since then, obviously, because that was nearly 15 years ago. It was like the early 2000s. There was Sopranos. It's like, oh, HBO can do proper movie quality TV with swearing and violence and sex and everything. And then The Wire came out and took it to another level, and it's just been all amazing since then. It's been like a golden age of TV, and he was right up there with being one of the most iconic characters in that resurgence of quality programming. And then I did just post this link again so I could remember to talk about it. I can't remember the...
We here, the Banana Split podcast, do not endorse Pat.
No, but it's funny because they still have... it's one of the biggest gaming industries in the world, market-wise, money-wise, the amount of hours they spend playing. But they have cracked down a bit, and they're right, now on, you can only play from, I think it's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's weird. They're very strict religious parents
There's
or something.
definitely there's going to be some sort of joke about the tech and esports thing taking a massive plummet right now.
Yeah, you got to go there. Is Tekken a thing that they play?
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Wow. My 5-year-old's just started playing that on the PS3 because I found an old one. And he's just got all the old classic games.
Like Tekken 5?
I think it's only 4 or 5. Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure Tekken 5's on PS3. I don't think Tekken 4 is. So
It's
Tekken
the
5
one where you can actually play a platform style game of it. You walk around Streets of Rage style, fighting all these people, and then you go to another level. So you're not just doing the versus.
Yeah, I think
stuff.
it could be 5, that could be 6. I
Okay.
doubt it's 6, but yeah, all right, I'll verse him. I'll kick his shit in.
Mm.
I like being number 5-year-old.
And they've even got facial recognition technology, thanks to Tencent, which owns, I think they're the people that are behind TikTok. They're using facial recognition technology to stop kids logging in on their parents' IDs. So they're pretty hardcore about that stuff.
Oh no, VPN.
I get that they mean well. Some old boomer that's been sitting in a party room for 50 years. But yeah, I can't see it lasting.
My back's already gone.
But hey, people said that about Communist Party 30 years ago, and they're still around. So we'll see how they go. It's definitely turning into Black Mirror. But then there's parallels being drawn with that recently with our own Mark Zuckerberg. If you saw the recent,
I'm with the whole meta thing. Well,
Yeah.
the
what
best thing
is
is
going on there?
I want to know if the meme that everyone's been seeing is real, where it's like, this is my favorite feature, and then he grows tits. Like, that can't be real.
There's no way that's real.
There's no way that's real.
I saw like a quick TikTok where it was him walking around, and then he goes, "Hey, and now the most important feature is fitness," and then it cuts to him like just doing something really bizarre, and it was all like the photoshopped body, except apparently that was a real body of Ryan Reynolds in Free Guy. You know when he has to fight himself?
Yeah, when he has to fight
It's like a buff version.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like Mark Zuckerberg, and it's like a full roided up
Okay.
version. But I didn't see the fitness side of the meta. Yeah.
The knockoff Ready Player One. You notice how I talked over that? It means that can't be cut out.
God damn it. I'll find a way. I haven't actually seen the full length meta thing because there's something about Mark Zuckerberg that just creeps me.
Yeah, I
fuck
just
out.
the last movie I had to watch for one of my classes at uni was The Social Network.
Right. Yeah, I've seen it. It's a good movie.
Boy, Zuckerberg's a dick.
And a creepy dick too. Like the whole point of it was just to rate chicks.
Yeah.
Like the most, bangable girls in college or whatever it was.
Yeah, I hate your couch as well. Oh my god! Especially considering I was doing deadlifting yesterday. The slump. It's the slump that gets you.
It's a slump in the middle. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only thing that would fit through my front door, unfortunately. So if you could find me online or whatever, another couch that you'd prefer that will fit, I'm down. I'll go pick it up.
I'm more likely
tomorrow.
to build one out of fucking wood and add cushions to it.
We'll just get some milk crates in here.
Yeah. That would at least give us a little diversity. Really, we'll put fucking Uluru in the background, and we'll do the Aussie special episode where we only talk about Aussie media only.
Great milk crate. I don't know if you remember a few years ago when one was used to stop a terrorist.
It was actually Well, here's the thing. The whole milk crate thing has actually started off as an advertising campaign, and there was a whole thing around it about people using milk. I'm not going to go into. Yeah, I'm still in university mode.
Yeah, no, I like it though. That's something I don't know if you watched the Gruen transfer. That sounds right up your alley, talking about marketing. And speaking of which, Gruen transfer made it international the other day when Joe Rogan shared one of their clips thinking it was an actual government campaign to promote vaccines and just gave it, look, not more proof that Australia's this tyrannical dictatorship.
Oh my God.
I love this. It's hilarious.
Again, on the TikTok lately, like Australia is a police state, apparently.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking about someone who's more of at least she's like very open about being a right-wing grifter. She doesn't say anything that she actually believes. She says, and this is Candace Owens we're talking about.
Yes.
She says whatever she thinks will get the most views and the most followers so she can continue making money off it.
It worked.
Yeah.
But also, Australia is a police state, though we're a country and not a state.
Yeah, no, she had no... apparently she has a mate in Queensland who was complaining about some briefly enacted lockdown laws. She just was like, the entire country doesn't let you do this, and that, and there's the army on the streets and similar stuff to what Joe Rogan was saying, but she was actually recommending that they deploy and invade Australia to save us.
I saw the military...
So that would have been fun.
I think one time. And that was when I went and got my first vaccination. There was some Navy there.
Oh, okay. Like doing their job or just lined up to also get one?
No, doing their job.
Okay. I didn't know the Navy were doing anything. I knew that Holsworthy had lent out a few recruits to help set up roadblocks and stuff like that, just logistics. But they weren't armed and they weren't actually doing anything with the public, face to face. They were backing up what the cops needed if they needed. I think one of the main things and one of the reasons why we didn't have any interaction is because they were checking on people
they were going door to door.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Making sure they were actually in quarantine.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But yeah, thankfully it all seems to be over now. 90% I think have been vaxxed. And that's why New Zealand, even though the cases are rising in New Zealand, Jacinda's nah, they're all vaxxed. Let's go. Whatever. We've got to do this at some point. So hopefully, we'll see cons and stuff like that opening up next year. I think this year is kind of a complete write-off, but like last year, hopefully turned a corner and we can actually start pretending to live a more relatively normal life.
Yeah, you're going to see me moving on camera a lot, guys, because I think I found the sweet spot.
Wasn't it? What was with that surgery though? Was that something to do with your back?
No, not my back.
Okay,
I'm not the one that needs that.
All right.
I do have scoliosis, but that's neither here or there.
Right. Sounds back related, but okay.
It is back related, but again, it's nonetheless like my scoliosis is like high, where I'm hurt low. But I also did deadlifting yesterday, so this doesn't help. Yeah, right on the edge, and I don't sink in at all, so we're good.
Cool. Okay. I'd do the same, but then I'll be like a foot taller. I don't know if you'll throw any of this up, but it was pretty funny. Oh, there it goes. It just decided to back right the fuck out. You should have your phone as a backup. I bet yours doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know why mine does
It's
that.
like I even closed and I've come back in and look where I'm
Oh my
at.
God, it's so unfair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so apparently Marilyn Manson is now leading a cult that includes Justin Bieber and Kanye West, and they're all standing around in prayer circles wearing like white robes and casting out demons. So that's fun. That's 2021 for you.
When was this?
Like 2 days ago.
Oh, I'm like, what the fuck have I not heard of this?
It's just something that's
See,
been
I'm
doing
in June.
rounds.
I'm not going.
You're still in June.
June and July. I'm not going.
Oh, you went down. I'm going from the top,
no,
buddy.
Why would you go? But then you'd go less relevant as the episode goes.
Yes. Yes. Somehow that's going to work. Why did I ever start from the bottom? I think it was to make sure I didn't recover stuff we'd already talked about. But yeah,
but then you're not going to know where to stop either.
I think I think it'll be kind of obvious. It's been so long that people have forgotten what we talked about.
We'll jump back and forth then.
Yeah. What? It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. I'm just here to have a good time.
All right. No, you know what? There is something we need to cover that I think is relevant. And this isn't even me going off the grid. This is just the thing. Alec Baldwin.
Yep. That's probably been the biggest news since last episode.
Yeah. We've had another Brandon Lee situation.
There's been 2 or 3 things like Brandon Lee. There was another guy that shot himself in the head accidentally with a blank. Someone else on I posted it on Facebook, and someone was like, "Oh, that's the same as that guy in Tiger King." So one of his, that's how he's.
But
like,
he had a gun. It wasn't a prop gun. He wasn't shooting blanks.
Yeah,
he just didn't know it was loaded.
No, he was just like, "No, look, there's no bullets." Bang, and it was like just off camera, so they could kind of show it. Not the same thing.
No,
it should have been cleared. It was, so many things went wrong. Obviously, it's tragic for the family and the victims because the director got shot as well. My heart goes out to everyone involved. And obviously, Alec Baldwin did not mean to shoot anyone. He was just doing some kind of rehearsal where it was like a cross draw and the gun went off. And
again, why is there live ammunition on set?
Yeah, well, that's what's happening now. A lot of other productions like The Boys, like pretty much all the big names have come out and said, we're not going to have any more live ammo. I mean, you're not supposed to have live ammo on set, but what they're talking about is not having any blanks even. Like no working weapons. It's all going to be just guns that can't even be fired if you put a bullet in them.
Isn't a blank just the casing but with no bullet?
There's only a small amount of powder and you'll have a little bit of gas come out, which is why they did have a Perspex shield, because if it was a blank, which I think is what they were going for, dummy round, which looks real, and they use that for close-ups, but there's no primer and there's no actual gas or anything in there.
Yeah.
Whereas the blank does have some powder and a really tiny projectile, but it doesn't really have enough oomph to really impact anyone. Unless you shoot yourself in the head. I think that was a legit blank, but because it was so close to his head, it still penetrated. But if you're just running around in a room, and even then, they're supposed to.
Bullet. There was no. You're not going to have they didn't have blanks for no fucking reason. It was just a gun that he had.
Yeah, no. That in this case, it wasn't a blank. It was an actual live round.
Yeah, and also, even if there is a small projectile on the blanks, and this is the first time hearing of this,
yeah,
wouldn't you just can't you just have something made out of rubber then? Can't you just invent the fucking blank?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty rare thing to happen, but why not rule out any chance of it at all? So they're just going to move over to someone was quoted as saying in one article that it costs about $100 per shot with the CGI at the moment. Obviously, that'll get cheaper with time, but that's generally what they charge per flash, the muzzle fire, and then the little bit of smoke and all that sort of thing. So for the kind of productions we're seeing that do this sort of thing, that's nothing. It's definitely worth taking those extra steps. I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, that production's going to. I can't see them finishing it. I don't know if they're actually going to ever get that movie made. Either way, it's going to lose a lot of money because they're going to get the arse suit off them. Every single person related to those victims, especially the cinematographer, is going to be in there with their hands out, and fair enough, because so many things went wrong. The union walkout, there'd already been discharges that were, what do they call it, a faulty discharge.
That's what I call a pregnancy. Wow,
it should
that
have
was
been
a good joke. Fuck you. That was a good joke.
Alec might not be held, accountable
No, he shouldn't
for
be.
the shot itself, but he may be held accountable as a producer for some of the general lapse in safety procedures and that sort of thing. So,
TikTok star Ali Abulan. Abby.
oh my god,
Ali
yeah,
Abulaban, who's most known for his skits involving around the Skyrim video game.
yeah, where he just walks into chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
I had no idea his
And
name was so hard to pronounce.
he plays like an NPC most of the time. I've seen him a few in here and there. If you have TikTok, you might have seen him. Has been accused of murdering his wife and who he suspected as her lover, I'd assume. A male friend.
He did confess to it on the phone to the police with his daughter in the car, and then retract his confession later after he was charged. And I mean, it's pretty compelling. I know legally you have to say allegedly he did this and did that, but I'm pretty happy with saying that he fucking did it. So fuck that guy.
O.J. Simpson allegedly is dodges taxes, but he definitely killed his girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, he lost the civil case, so I think you're allowed to say that now. He won the criminal case, but then they sued him for damages, and that found that he had killed his girlfriend.
He can't.
God, yeah, because
So O.J. Simpson lost the civil case.
smooth.
Yeah.
No, so you can get away with. I can't imagine anyone suing us. That's the thing they worry about when they say that. I think if the defense can point at this and say, "Oh, look, someone online is saying he did it," and that's making it harder for our client.
That's actually a whole thing that you got to learn as a journalist,
right,
which
really.
you technically are, despite any actual qualifications or, as I would say, relevancy.
Right.
You are technically a journalist right now.
Just like Christo Lanka, you mean?
My
personal hero.
you would be theoretically committing is technically you could cause a court to perjure.
I thought perjury was when you lied on the stand.
There's a lot of different forms of perjury.
Cool. Okay. So you're studying a bit of law as well. That's good.
Yeah. Well,
Just according to
around
law.
journalism law, yeah.
Speaking of Christo, I brought it up, so I might as well just knock that on the head. The cops tried to get the channel to stop producing any content. That got knocked on the head. They just withdrew that application.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call him? General Attorney? District?
The Attorney General?
Attorney General, that guy.
The General Attorney?
I was getting there. Same wheelhouse. Yeah, so he was given a grilling by Friendly Geordie's lawyer.
Oh, we're talking about this!
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, Christo Lanka, was the producer. I'm sure he's still got a job. He's almost as famous as Jordan Shanks now. So, well, the guy that
I know who it is, but
No.
nobody really. Again, I'm surprised your generation, I'm surprised you know who fucking Friendly Geordie is.
I watch a lot of political YouTube stuff.
Wouldn't you, Peter?
At least I know what I'm talking about. Peter's just jumping on the outrage train. But at least he means well. But I try and do a little bit more research. But I got to admit, I haven't read Mein Kampf or Marx or any of the great, Ayn Rand or even any ethical theory. It's just all very much.
What's wrong with I'm not even going to finish that sentence because then I'd have footage of me talking about that.
What, the Hitler's book?
Yeah, not even
Yeah.
going to mention the name because I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah, no.
It reminds me of a scene in Succession. Have you seen Succession?
I don't even know what that is.
Right,
but you know what I haven't seen? Well, you know what I did see and then I haven't seen? OnlyFans banning their content creators from posting explicit images and videos.
Yeah,
and
did
then
we-
they went,
Whoops.
no.
Yeah, there was a bit of backlash to that. I don't know if we ever got to
No,
that.
we never got to that.
Right, okay. Yeah, so they were basically going to kill their own channel.
Yeah.
Like Tumblr
Remember
already
Tumblr?
did. Yeah. What happened to that? And then they quickly realized, oh shit, that means there's no other content left.
There's
Yeah.
5% content.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know if I sent you that TikTok where the OnlyFans CEO or some head.
Oh,
honcho-
you're talking about the College Humor skit?
yeah, where
But
he
it's
goes.
Tumblr. But it's how much of our platform is pornography?
Yeah.
1990.
Yeah. Dude, seriously, just accept it. That's your cash cow. Live with it. And I'm sure they lost a huge amount of business.
Imagine how
because-
much Reddit would lose if they banned pornography.
I don't know. I feel like they would still be around. Tumblr just became. I don't know if anyone's still using it.
So you see memes that are used, but there's
I
never
don't know how
anything
fresh
added
that
to
stuff
them.
is.
Exactly.
Reddit, I feel, is there's over 300 million users, probably 400 million now. Yeah, sure, porn's a big part of it, but that depends on the user. Like, I hate hearing people, all Reddit users are incels and blah, 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 like, because they've seen one thread in a shitty, toxic subreddit with a bunch of losers, like, say, actual public freakouts, which are mostly just racists. Or that whole, like, when
I love seeing the freakouts. It's
yeah,
great.
I'm a huge
Satisfies me.
fan.
And then I go, how did he not punch her?
No, I had a point that I was trying to make about Reddit. Essentially, there's enough people on there and enough, like, variety and breadth of content to keep it, I don't know about relevant, but alive. Let's put it that way, without porn. Though I hope that never happens.
Yeah. I love you Gone Wild subreddit.
All of them. There's so many.
However, there's a very key difference in the amount of upvotes titties get versus that one guy's dick pic.
Yeah, because they have guys in there as well. I think I turned that off.
Anything that's just got the M in it, you just went ban.
Yeah, you can like
blacklist.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but it's just not while I'm having lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just casually like, oh, I'm sorry, the mic needs to be here. Titties.
The titties wouldn't bother me. It's the giant raging anyway.
Just be careful. You never know. You might come across Peter one day. Considering he has an OnlyFans now.
Does he really though?
He does.
Nice.
He's talked about it.
I'm sure that'll be very popular. You've almost got me curious enough to check that out.
Like, good for him, right?
Yeah.
Like, because like I have those kind of balls to go do that, and some might say I'm in significantly better shape than Peter.
He does have that hairy chest though. Some girls are into that.
Yeah, but like, there's one point of hairy versus one point of homelessness. Just trim it. Just trim it. That's all I ask. Just trim it. Anyway, SpiderMan. Because I wanted it, because we were briefly...
Yeah, you were talking about that, then you didn't want to...
And then I was like, no, I'll bring it up on the podcast.
Yep.
So, I saw an article that allegedly the reason for the next trailers being delayed and such is because of the roles of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Now, I hope that's incredibly wrong, personally. I hope that as well, they never fucking confirm that if they are in the movie or not in the trailer.
I don't know. It's kind of the biggest open secret in Hollywood. Like, everyone knows they're going to be in it, including all the Sinister Six characters and actors that came back. Like,
and what I will say,
Doc
they
Ock.
better not fucking confirm it because this movie has somehow become more hyped than Endgame was.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, look at the trailer numbers versus like...
Oh, they're bigger.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
significantly.
that. All right, that's cool.
And, but yeah, like, the appearance of Andrew Garfield, right? Andrew Garfield needs to appear in the film first.
There's been a photo of him hanging off a piece of the set.
Yeah.
And he said that it must be photoshopped or whatever, that it wasn't real. But then I watched some, like, there's a channel where they look at CGI.
Yeah, I know what
stunts.
you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of it, but they're really good. I love it. They'll get like
they redid the
there.
Scorpion King.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we have talked about that. But they looked at it and they were like, "No, this is real." Like, they couldn't find out because he speaks as well. I think briefly, and it's like, if this is fake, then it's the best one we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So,
but so Andrew Garfield has to appear first because obviously the crowd's going to go nuts when it's Tobey Maguire. I'm talking levels of like, if the three come in all together at the same time, you're gonna rival the Captain America Mjolnir scream.
Well, apparently there's a scene in the trailer, in the end credits, and it's the second end credit. What do you call that? Like, when they chuck in an extra scene.
Are we talking about Venom 2 now?
No, we're talking about the Eternals.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is, and I don't really want to know, but apparently there's a scene in the end credits of the Eternals which gets the audience, like, the reaction is as big as when Captain America gets the shield. Like, it's huge. I've stayed off Twitter. I've sort of, if I see a thread on Reddit or whatever, I just kind of
you gotta be careful with TikTok comments as well.
Yeah, I guess I don't really go into the comments of
Oh, have you seen the alleged like spoiler then for Venom 2's after credit scene?
No, I heard that has one too though. Like, that's what a lot of people are excited about.
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay. I mean, is that still coming out in the cinema here?
Yeah, next month. I guarantee you I'm gonna find a way to stream it using a VPN.
Yeah, I don't know if I can be
America.
bothered. Like, I definitely want to see the Eternals. That's probably happening this weekend, June. In December on the 2nd. Looking forward to that, even though apparently it ends like just after the final fight scene and it's very much a cliffhanger. And the second film isn't coming out until October 2023. So we've got a bit of a wait there, but hopefully by then we've, watched the Blu-ray or whatever, and there'll be lots of other ways to stay excited. But it is good, and I'll watch anything Denis Villeneuve puts out, or Denis. I don't know how you say it. He's French. But he's not like French, he's like Canadian French, I believe.
Did we ever cover the trailer for The Matrix?
Oh, for The Matrix? No. That's a good point. I haven't seen that. I know I was looking for one earlier.
You mean you haven't seen that?
I'm trying to stay kind of out of it a little bit until it comes out.
Okay.
But that's not coming out till next year.
Now remember, no Hugo Weaving. Remember that.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's very. It's
well,
very
there's
upsetting.
no Lawrence Fishburne either, and apparently
allegedly.
No, it's confirmed. He's not in it because the video game is canon, and his character dies in the video game.
Which video game?
The Matrix Revolutions. I played it. It
not
was on the PS3, I believe, or the PS2.
That's not
just after the movie. It must have been the PS2 because the movie came out, the third one, and then they did a video game.
There have been, I believe, 3 Matrix video games.
I'm talking about the one that came out just after the movies.
Enter the Matrix.
Right.
Matrix: The Path of Neo.
You actually played them?
Yes.
Wow, I'm impressed.
And I didn't play this one. The Matrix Online.
Right.
No, I think that's
not the online one. I'm talking about the console ones, and like
which there was 2. And
no, you sure? Okay. I'm just going off what I heard in another podcast.
But the Wachowski sisters did do, I believe, commentary on the Enter the Matrix. Matrix: The Path of Neo game about the actual ending that they wanted to do for Matrix Revolutions with the final fight versus Agent Smith and Neo, because the final boss in Enter the Matrix. Oh no.
Wait, Revolutions was the name of the third movie?
Yes.
Oh. It's been so long.
Matrix: The Path of Neo. There's like a final boss, which instead of like how in Revolutions it's Smith and Neo fighting in the street, surrounded by other Smith.
Well, isn't that the one with like 4,000 Smiths?
Yeah, he's already taken over the entire Matrix.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and it's raining. Yeah. So what they wanted to do, according to what they say in the game, is what they wanted to do, and they were limited by the technology, was to basically have all the Smiths form a giant mecha Smith to fight Neo, and that's the final boss in Enter the Matrix: The Path. No, Matrix: The Path of Neo.
Okay. Oh wow, I wish I'd played it because I love the Matrix world. I heard the game wasn't great, so I never really got that into it. It's good.
Good fun. I enjoy it.
Oh. I did watch all the anime shows.
Oh, the Animatrix.
Oh yeah,
I know a lot about the Matrix. I was obsessed with the Matrix.
That's cool.
Also, because you
would have been so young though. Like, how old were you?
Well, the Matrix was also filmed here.
Yeah. I mean, it was filmed literally in my apartment building.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Like they made it look shittier than it already looked, which was a feat.
Yeah.
Because it was
or
in
even
Waterloo.
Like the woman in the red dress scene. That's fucking
Martin Place.
Yeah,
right?
Martin Place. Yeah. And then like the freeways, like that's clearly fucking.
Yeah. No, the first movie, a lot of that's fairly obvious. Yeah. I think the next 2 were all over the place, but. I know there was like weirdly they borrowed shots from like Transformers. There's a scene where like a Cadillac CTS gets stomped on, and then they've shown that scene side by side with Age of Extinction or whatever it was, and it's like the same car and it deforms in the same way.
What do you mean they borrowed a shot from? You mean,
like it's the exact same.
Yeah, but you said Age of Extinction, which is the most recent Transformers movie.
I was just plucking a name.
You're a bit out of scope.
Yeah, it might have been an earlier Transformers, but I know I've seen side by side.
It might have been an earlier Transformers.
There must have been some like sharing of whoever owns the rights to this and that. Like they basically used the exact same highway sequence and just CGI'd out, the agents and put in giant Transformers.
The first Transformers movie that with Shia LaBeouf came out in 2007.
When was the last Matrix?
I'm checking. Matrix Evolutions came out in 2003. I feel like you're a bit out of scope there, Pat.
Nope. You can look this up. It's 100% a thing. I'm the guy that reads every single piece of trivia whenever I've finished watching a movie or a TV show.
Yeah, I get that. I do that depending on how it ends.
But I also saw like a YouTube thing on it, and it was like they put them side by side.
So have you considered that the Transformers borrowed from the Matrix?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
I'm not saying Matrix stole it from Transformers.
Yeah, that's what it. We're gonna go back, and that's what he said.
No.
That's what he said.
I know there was like weirdly they borrowed shots from like Transformers.
repeatedly get borrowed shots from like Transformers.
Just saying
I
it
don't
was
even
the
have to
same
edit
shot.
anything. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, like, I recently did a whole. I read a whole critical analysis for one of my classes because you have to do discussion board posts and you got to talk about pretty much whatever the fuck you want, but it's going to be related to films. So I did I did 2 critical analysis posts. One was on The Guest, which I've shown.
Oh, yeah. I love that soundtrack.
Yeah, that was the first thing I talked about was cinematography. No, not cinematography. Score,
Right.
and how basically you could take out all the entire words of that fucking film, and you could just have the background music, and it would still you'd get this general story.
All right, it'll be a David Lynch movie a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, and then on a very similar soundtrack, I talked about Drive.
Okay. Yeah, it's another sort of electro punk. No, funny that you mentioned The Guest. I was on TikTok the other day, and what annoys me, but I can't help watching, is when they're throwing like clips from movies, and it'll be like part 23.5, and you just sit there, and you're like, well, I guess that's 3 minutes I need to spend on like and it's never like in order, and you'll never see the next part.
Yeah, unless you openly go looking for it, which sometimes I do because I want to see the rest of that specific scene.
Yeah, I generally do it if it's a freak out and I need to know the context. Yeah, it showed the scene where he rocks up to pick up the little boy from school.
Yep.
And
his dad's been beat up.
The kid's been beat up. He's like, what happened? I fell
you're
over.
talking about The Guest.
Yeah, The Guest.
Okay.
And then he drops him back at school the next morning. He's like, which kids beat you up? And he goes, no, I fell over. And he's like, no, come on, which ones? And he's all those ones.
So he picks him up the next
and
day.
the whole like TikTok, it's got that stupid border across the top, like big brother defends little brother sort of thing. And I was just like, and it's got the smiley face, and it's got like, you can add like these little GIF emoji type things where someone's constantly laughing or throwing up or whatever it is.
It's like a sticker on an Instagram story.
Yeah, as soon as I see that, I'm like out. But because it was The Guest, I'm like, oh, I just have to watch this because it was such a good movie.
It took him so long to watch it, and I just like, fucking watched the film. I fucking gave him my Blu-ray copy.
Yeah. No, it's the physical media thing. It's always like a bit of a stumbling block.
Yeah, it's what took me so long to watch Future Man. And then I'm pretty sure I ended up just getting it digitally and getting you back your physical copy.
They were good, though. That pissed me off, seeing that it was like his big brother. And I'm like, that's not his fucking brother. So it's weird, the things that all trigger me.
Yeah.
It's just some random dude that knew his actual brother.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was his brother's brother.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, Man at Arms and Brothers in Arms. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Man
at Arms is a He-Man character. Speaking of which, smooth segue, season 2 of He-Man Masters of the Universe, or whatever it's called, is dropping in, they're saying Thanksgiving in America, which is what? Well, didn't that already happen?
No. It's this month. It's like the 22nd or some shit.
Cool. Okay.
I think.
I thought Thanksgiving was in July. Or was that Independence Day? I got it mixed up. So that's happening soon. I saw the first couple of episodes. Pretty fun. A lot of people are pissed that they killed He-Man. Spoilers.
I wasn't going to watch it anyway. Let's be honest.
I watched it as a kid, so it was a bit more relevant. Plus, I'm a huge Kevin Smith
stan. Am I getting this right? By the power of Grayskull? Is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey!
And
Old
it followed
reference.
like some female character more than He-Man, but it comes around. Like He-Man comes back and it all gets sorted out. So just stick with it. Apparently, it's pretty good.
Don't tell me to stick. I'm not going to watch it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying if anyone else.
But you know what? I
was
am
on
going
the
to watch
fence-
season 3 of You on Netflix.
Fair enough. I've heard that was a good show. I still haven't got around to it.
How again? It's the situation of I tell Pat to watch something, he tells me to watch something.
No, a lot of people have told me to watch that.
And then we've got to focus on it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then eventually we might.
I see some weird shit, but for some reason that one, it just seems like a chick flick. Like it's the whole like stalky guy thing and her being strong and with. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just.
A lot of people die.
It's not genre enough for me. Well, that's promising. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll get on board. I mean, but then I'll watch like Succession and almost no one dies. But it's just the script and the acting is so good.
The death is like they edge you with the death.
Is it like that Restriction song, Squid Game one, where you think the beat's going to drop and it never does?
No. It's just you hope they don't die, and then suddenly, oh, he's dead. Now you got to deal with that situation. Joe Goldberg is a sick son of a bitch.
Who?
The main character.
All right.
Played by Penn something. He was in.
Is he as like psychotic as maybe
Lies?
American Psycho?
I would definitely draw comparisons to that too. I've actually that every time I see that movie, because I've been watching it a lot lately, because ever since I saw the musical, I've just been like, and it keeps coming up on TikTok. The more I watch it, the higher it gets on my list of like, I really like this movie. Hey, look, your Facebook crashed again.
Oh my god!
Ready? Oh, look. Mine's still there. So you
the
know
hell?
what? Grand Theft Auto. The trilogy. They made it look like a cartoon.
Is that what they did? I was curious because that image doesn't look promising. So they've updated the graphics.
Like, they've
but they've gone cell shaded.
kind of. No, I mean, no. That's just how it looks. I mean, I suppose you can only do. They're not doing a complete rebuild, I imagine, or they are, but they're doing it based off pre-existing things, I'd imagine.
They're not going to use the same engine. They're going to just port it over to like
it's
whatever.
new engine, new shadows and all that, and but it looks a bit cartoony in my opinion.
It'll
and
basically be like a DLC type thing for the PS5 and.
no, it's coming out on the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X. It's coming out on the PS4, the PS5, the PC. Grand Theft Auto Vice City is coming to the PS5, the PlayStation's PlayStation Now program, which is basically Game Pass, and Game Pass gets San Andreas.
Wait, so you need to have the PlayStation and the Xbox to have both those?
No,
games?
you can get all of them at the same time, but those programs are getting those specific ones as part of their program.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
So I don't have to pay any more money to play San Andreas remade.
I see, because you've got. The
Also,
Xbox.
speaking of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, coming to Oculus Quest 2.
That I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Like I don't have an Oculus, but if it's done really well, then I wonder if it'll have where you're running or working out, and then you get like it changes your body and.
Well, yes, it's a full port. So yeah,
nice.
And as well as
well, they fixed that mission where he's trying to ride the bike on the train.
There was nothing broken with it. Just
fucking
all
hard.
you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
So hard.
As well as Resident Evil 4 was ported onto the Quest 2.
Is that a good co-op player game?
Resident Evil 4? I wouldn't say so.
5. There's one that's actually good. You can have a friend and do split screen or whatever. Or even maybe online. But
I think that's 6.
I like playing good co-ops.
Yeah, I recently did. What you'll like then, you want to try Wolfenstein, the latest one, where it's the two daughters.
Oh, okay, that's like a DLC type thing?
No, it's a full
sequel?
It's a full sequel. It's good.
All right.
Yeah,
I've got the first Wolfenstein sitting there.
Yeah,
Not the first one, but like the...
Me and my mate played it, and we played it in very two different styles, where he chose an ability where he could basically just run through people and they would explode, where I was like, invisible.
The stealth mechanic.
Yeah.
That sounds
I'm a
kind
sucker
of
for
like...
stealth.
There's Deathloop, right?
Yep.
Then there's another game where you run around, and there's two of them. Like there's the first one, then a sequel, and you've got all these different abilities. Like you can produce rats. It's like a steampunk kind of world where they use...
Dishonored.
They hunt... Dishonored, yeah.
But there's actually 3 of them.
There's 3 of them now?
Yeah, Dishonored, the last one. The third one, which came out a few years ago, you actually killed the shadow guy.
Nice. Yeah, no, I played the shit out of the first one, and for some reason never picked up the rest.
Is it because the game gave you a bad ending because you killed everyone?
No, I think I got the middle of the road. Okay ending.
No. I killed everyone.
I always make sure if I get a bad ending, I'll just go back a little bit.
Yeah, but do you understand, in order to get a good ending in that game is you just can't kill anyone except the targets.
Oh, then I probably fucked it up.
And even then, it's like you don't
like as soon as you kill one innocent person, or like one like thug guy,
it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, okay. No, I can't imagine that I would have been able to stay pure.
Yeah.
It's too much fun killing people.
Yeah, no, it is. It's incredibly satisfying. They know what they're doing. It's called replayability.
Yeah.
Netflix has released the trailer for Cowboy Bebop. I have not seen the anime, so take it away, Pat.
Well,
and now to sports.
There's been some mixed reviews. Like, I thought it looked pretty cool, but I've heard some people say, like, okay, it doesn't really fit the tone of the anime. The way he fights doesn't seem to match the original character's ethos. Like, he was more of it's like one of those drunk kung fu fighters that always seem to accidentally...
Drunk monkey?
Yeah, like he would just sort of flail around and act drunk and fall over and just
Now
take everyone out that
Jackie
way.
Chan, apparently.
No, not at all. I mean, that was the whole point of his style. Like, you could effectively look like you were just stumbling around doing it on, pure luck.
Accident.
But he really knew what he was doing. And that's kind of what they did with this character.
The bend down kick forward kind of tells me that.
Yeah. So they had a little bit of that, but there was too much like, no, it's just him kicking the shit out of people and being like really straightforward, like normal choreography. So, I love the actor, John Cho.
John Cho.
It's a very like generic name or something more like, at least with Kumar.
Pat's about to do a racism.
No, but he had a more like, I iconic name.
Are you gonna, I was about to say, I'm like, if he says the words authentic or ethnic, we're going to have an issue here.
As if Kumar, like I'm Googling Kumar, like that's going to bring me straight to...
I'm like, why don't you just type in... I didn't want to correct you. I was watching you do it.
Yeah, there we go. I just had to go HAR. Cal Penn. So that's the guy's name that plays Kumar, right? He just came out as...
Gone, oh, look.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Kumar Patel is the character, right? He just came out as gay, so that's cool.
Oh.
Yeah, like if you go to the news, which really shouldn't be news.
Yeah, but say, hey, guys...
It should just be like whatever.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
That's the exact reaction that I've had when a few of my friends have come up to me and I've gone, yeah, all right. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, it's like huge news. And I'm like, I thought we got over stuff like that.
You're
like,
telling me because...
I mean, the fact that he's South Asian maybe makes it slightly more spicy. No pun intended. One thing that I guess I can say is that he never sort of pinged my gaydar. It never occurred to me.
Your gaydar is tip top.
It is pretty good.
When I've seen your Facebook comments on things of Henry Cavill.
Yeah. I mean, he's my one, like, who would you turn
He's your
for?
one?
Yeah, like your hall pass.
He's your one.
I hadn't finished the sentence, obviously, but like, yeah. He's my one hall pass, whatever. Like, if I had to be a guy, it would either be him or, I don't know, someone in that, like...
Oh, come on.
Hmm.
Say the name.
What?
Everyone knows who you're talking about. Say the fucking name.
Well, Henry Cavill.
And everyone knows.
I don't know. Like, I'd probably go with John Cho. Or that Asian dude from...
The disrespect to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I know. I could say that. That's like what every guy says.
But there's a reason for that. None of us disagree.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't... I mean, that's what guys think women want. I saw this on a TikTok.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a man ridden for men.
Yeah. It's like the male gaze or something. It's like when they go on about, oh, look, you know, Batman and others, male superheroes are sexualized as well. Yeah, but for men.
Yeah, but it's a genius plan, right? Because, like, then you get more men coming to the movies and spending money on this and that. And there's a reason why we get paid that little percentage. Well, I can't make this joke. I can't continue.
What was that Asian movie like where they got married? It was like a wedding movie and it was really popular.
That's like, you're my mother right now.
5 years old right now.
What's that movie with that guy that I like?
It had a lot of Australian actors.
With the thing, and they were in that thing that I liked?
I thought you would know this.
Well, you know, I normally need a bigger clue than... What's that Asian wedding movie?
It was huge.
Was it? Because then I feel like...
Crazy Rich Asians. I mean, it's not really your kind of movie.
I know Crazy Rich Asians.
Right.
It had Keanu Reeves in it. You
Really?
Yes.
Henry Golding. That guy. That would be my other hall pass.
What did I see him in recently?
Like, I was... like trying to get to sleep the other night and I was like,
he's
I
in The
can't
Gentleman.
get to sleep.
That's what it is.
And I was trying to think, okay, what's my ultimate superficial, boneheaded, like escapist fantasy? And it would be to be a superhero while myself, the truck driving genius, is asleep. My alter ego, Shazam style, will be out there saving the world. And it wouldn't just look like me because then I'd have no secret identity. And I don't want to wear a mask, especially not if I look like Henry Golding. But like, with John Cena or The Rock's body. I'm not saying he's not fit, but like some ridiculously Goku oversized.
Well, you know what they say.
Body.
It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour.
What's that from? Goku?
Stop.
Anyway, I just brief.
Apologies for
Steve
that
Buscemi,
again.
one of my favorite actors. He did a Halloween, because obviously we just had
Hello,
Halloween
fellow
in America.
kids.
Yeah, he what would you call that? He reprised his role as the... I think it was
himself.
It was a 30 Rock scene. Yeah, he went as himself, or playing the character that he played in 30 Rock, where he turns up pretending to be just one of the boys in some high school wearing the hat. And it became a meme where he's just like, hello, fellow kids. It's one I've used a lot. So
you're old?
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely old. Yeah, the Eternals, going back to that, it's getting a lot of like review bombing happening because it's apparently there's some kind of LGBTQ representation. I don't know which character it is. I don't really care. But the actual proper reviews are generally pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. The Marvel, what's his name? Richard Lean. There's a lot of like wide shots and cinematic. Like it's one of those ones you really want to see on a big screen. You don't care about Ruby Rose being a total psycho on set and being the real reason why she was replaced, not because she hurt her back or something.
There's a reason why I find her attractive. She's nuts.
Yeah, she's very nuts. There's a reason why she didn't get, like, they didn't let her speak in that John Wick movie.
Yeah, well, when you're crazy next to Keanu Reeves, you're going to look even cuntier.
Michael Caine retired. I'm not going to try and do an accent like everyone does, but mad respect. Yeah, that's a whopper of a career. He's one of those guys that's been in like more than 100 movies, and most of them were like.
Do you want to aim for an exact number?
Okay. I know Sean Connery, because he's retired as well. It was like north of 150. Michael Caine, I'm going to go at like 120.
120
somewhere up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Once I have reception, because I have one bar in this shitty
It's
house.
pretty bad here. It's like we're not underground, but
we are in the ghetto.
yeah. So apparently Far Cry 6 wasn't very good. I can move on. Oh yeah, I thought that was cool. One of the orcs, and I don't know if we're going to throw that up, but in Lord of the Rings, like the Peter Jackson films, Amazon's doing a series, which is spending more per episode than the entire Lord of the Rings films from back in the day. One of the orcs was modeled on Harvey Weinstein. I don't know why it took them so long to come out with that. It's pretty obvious once you see the mask. So yeah, that is the guy. They're doing a Babylon 5 reboot.
I never saw Babylon 4.
They're also doing a Last Starfighter reboot. Like, that was a film. Babylon 5 was a series. They were both very good, so looking forward to those. I don't know if it'll have the original writer, because it came out around the same time as Deep Space Nine, which was another sci-fi series set on a space station. So it's a bit of a... The difference is that Michael Straczynski wrote almost every single episode of Babylon 5, whereas the Star Trek series was like all over the place. It's teaming up with original series creator Straczynski for a reboot, so he's still going to be on board. All right, be curious to see how that goes. God knows what's coming out.
You said 120, right?
Yeah. Michael Caine we're talking about.
Higher.
More. All right. What, 150?
Higher.
176?
On the dot.
Here. Really?
Yeah.
No,
he was an actor in I Need to Stay. I'm not counting
Yeah. No, he's done a bunch of stuff. Actor is what counts. Wow. Nearly 200 movies.
Nobody gives a fuck about you as a producer or a director. Fuck you, Quentin Tarantino, please. Tarantino.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that.
I don't know why so many people hate Tarantino.
I don't. I love Tarantino.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, there's probably too many people that like him for the wrong reasons. That's the problem. Like, it's like when Dave Chappelle quit because people were laughing unironically at the racist stuff. And he's like, okay, I need to pull back from this.
Yeah,
there's probably a lot of people that like Tarantino's movies because of all the violence against women. Like, unironically, they're like, yeah, hit that crazy woman or whatever. I don't want
You can say bitch.
How did you know that's what I was going to say? Yeah, but it just...
Because I saw the context that you lined up.
Yeah, I guess it was the next natural flow, but I just didn't want to sound like one of those guys.
Again,
like,
you're not saying it's...
I know.
This is a PSA.
Sitting to my right, pretty redundant thing to add.
How is that a comment lock?
It's my comment, which is sitting to my right, which is something that was said on an ad. So I was commenting on an ad. I remember this now. A guy was standing next to a car, right? I don't want to stand up, but he's standing next to I think it was a Ferrari or something like that. And he points at it, and he's literally like almost leaning on the car. He puts his hand in the direction of the car and says, oh, this car here to my right, which just seemed like the most redundant thing to say. And I was just being snarky. Like, it's a pointless comment to make.
Snarky?
I know.
Never.
I was bored. It was lunchtime. I was like, why would you say that? Like, it's right there. And I was just sort of thinking in my editor mode of like, that's something I would cut out. Yeah, apparently that's spam. I wonder how many days I'll get.
What question? Who was it?
Disagree. I always disagree. It doesn't matter.
Who
Still get.
What was the ad by? Who was it for?
It was one of those ones where they're like, hey, buy tickets in this raffle and you could win this car.
Oh, okay. Speaking of raffle, did you enter in the $1 million vaccination raffle?
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
How do you enter?
Just go to $1millionvax.com.
I have to do that. Yeah, because you could actually win how much?
$1 million.
Oh my God. Okay.
And there's also like every day.
When's
day.
that announced though? Like when do they actually go right now?
This month, I believe.
Shit. Okay. I've got to go. I just assumed I'd automatically be entered.
No, fuck you.
All right.
And then there was like every day in the month of October, there was 31 $1,000 gift cards being given out.
God damn it, I missed out. I never win anything anyway, but I'll have a crack. Steve Ditko's filed copyright claims against Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
They don't have the money to fight Disney's lawyers, so I'm not too worried about that. So Shang-Chi, see, Simu Liu, he gets a lot of shit for not being attractive enough according to Chinese beauty standards, but I think he's a good-looking dude.
I mean, if we're going to put anybody against any sort of beauty standard to make everyone ugly, let's just play the old South Korea card. Everybody's ugly in South Korea's eyes, apart from South Korean.
Yeah, they're pretty judgmental.
Yeah, pretty gorgeous.
We haven't talked about Squid Game, have we? I don't think that had dropped in June.
No, I don't think it did.
No, that was huge. It
and
was
I
the
think
biggest ever Netflix show.
As I've gone through that, I went all the way to June. We've covered everything that's relevant because I started at the bottom.
All right.
So this is now free ball time.
Well, I'm still going to keep going.
You can scroll, but there's nothing relevant that I think.
Well, that's your opinion. But yeah, no, he's no Henry Golding, don't get me wrong. But I really enjoyed the movie. You're saying you haven't seen it. Why not? If you're not going to go to the movies, you should at least download it. It's full on MCU, ticks all the boxes. It's funny.
I've wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And like I said to mates, let's go see it. And they went, nah. And I was like, fuck's sake. And then we had plans to go see, and like they wanted to go see Venom. Like, it's not out, so we'll go see Shang-Chi. Nah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck's sake, it's the 10 Rings. How do you not care about the Mandarin?
Yeah, I'm not impressed with your friends. I need to up their game.
Is the Mandarin in it?
Yes.
Are the 10 Rings in it?
Yes. And I'm talking about both Mandarins.
Yeah, the fake Mandarin too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They find him in like some dungeon. It's awesome.
Yeah, because
there's a really cute dog that doesn't have a head. There's all sorts of cool stuff. His mum, but it's an aunt that looks just like his mum. It's the whole thing. The chick from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's been in like every movie with an Asian actress in it since. I'm gonna have to look at the. Anyway, she's really good. It's when she came on screen because it was like the first movie I've seen in a cinema since lockdown ended, and there was just all these cool moments that reminded me why I like to go to the cinema. Like when she turned up and her face was like filling up the entire room. There was just this huge wave of recognition across the cinema. Like, oh, her, that chick, like, is my favorite. Other than like, who's the other one that's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Do you think I've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Half of the Disney fucking employees haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And she's in like The Mandalorian as well. Ming-Na Wen, right? She's the other Asian actress that's in everything.
Was she the bad guy in The Mandalorian?
She was kind of bad for a minute.
Yeah, she had the staff though. She's that fight against Ahsoka.
Yeah, she was like a sniper.
Okay, so fun fact: she's
been in everything.
She is the adoptive mother of a Red Power Ranger and one of the kids from the Three Ninjas.
What?
Yeah.
The adoptive what?
She's the adoptive mother of one of the 3 kids from the Three Ninjas who became a Red Power Ranger.
Huh. What's the Three Ninjas?
Have you not seen the Three Ninjas?
I've not seen that.
Type in the Three Ninjas. You have Wi-Fi. I don't.
Oh, okay. Michelle Yeoh. I can't believe I forgot her name. But yeah, she came on and everyone's like, oh my God. And this guy, Florian Moon, he plays Razor Fist. He's really good. Tony Leung as his father and also the big bad. Very well played. It was a similar like vibe to The Hobbit where the lead dwarf is like, I need to get into the mountain. I'm like, take all the gold. He's a good, like you see where he's coming from. He's a good guy, but he's kind of sickened. He's twisted by his remorse and the death of Shang-Chi's mother and goes down the wrong path. But it's all very like plausible. Oh yeah, and there's Shang-Chi's sister. She's really good. She's no like shrinking violet. All the women in the film are played with a lot of like vim and they just rule.
1992, The Three Ninjas.
I never saw it.
They made 3 of them.
That's way before your time.
The third one is...
they made three Ninjas?
Yeah. The second one's Knuckle Up. The third one's around a theme park. And they got Hulk Hogan in it.
Oh, so that's why you watched it.
Dog shit. No.
Fala Chen, who played Shang-Chi's sister, very attractive lady, very strong, very like, just owns every scene. What they wanted to do originally was make her have a streak of purple in her hair to accentuate how rebellious she is. she was like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Because she might have noticed that it's happened to every single like punky Asian actress since like Scott Pilgrim. Like it's just such a trope.
But
so at least that got finally knocked on the head.
But that was the whole part of the story for Scott Pilgrim, though. She dyed her hair to be like Ramona.
Yeah, there was that. There was there's a meme going around, and it just has like at least a dozen Asian female characters, and they all have the purple streak or some form of coloring in their hair, and it's just like, all right, we get it. Good on her for standing up. It's her first major role in a big Hollywood production, and she's like, no, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. So Ronnie Chang is, of course, in there, and one of the funniest sort of comic relief characters I've seen since Korg. Benedict Wong turns up, and he's also probably basically comic relief.
His name's Benedict Wong, who plays Wong alongside Benedict Cumberbatch.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, at least it's not Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, so apparently it did really well at the box office. So that's sort of basically also helped Scarlett Johansson win her case. Because she was she got $20 million.
Is it Johansson or is it Johansson?
Could be either. We'll never know.
Is it Steen or is it Stein?
There's no way to verify that. We cannot find out. Because Shang-Chi did so well, she got a huge payout because the lawyers were like, look, if we'd waited a little bit longer and released it when the cinemas were open, look at all this money it would have made at least as much as Shang-Chi, which is arguable.
Would have made more.
Maybe more, maybe less. It's hard to say, but she got a good payout, so that's fine.
It was a known established character. It would have made more.
Yeah, true. She wouldn't have had to fight. Like, I don't know.
I don't even have to argue the Asian markets.
You still would have had idiots like your mates who were like, oh, it's just a chick flick because she's a chick. And I'm assuming in this case they're like, oh, I'm not Asian, so I don't need to see it, or whatever.
Well, now you're just...
I'm just strawmanning slightly, possibly.
Now you're just misinterpreting everything.
I can't think of any other reason why they wouldn't want to see it. Oh, they're going to do a Magic the Gathering series. It's animated. Also, they're going to do a Mario movie, and Chris Pratt is playing Mario.
Oh, yeah, that pissed people off.
Is he going to have the accent?
Here's what I'll say. I don't give a fuck about your opinions.
Good to know. But yeah, I'm really on the fence on that one. I don't know how excited I am. I know Sonic was good.
Sonic was great. I watched it the other day, actually.
Yep. I haven't seen it properly, but I've seen enough of it. So that's cool. Jim Carrey back in form.
I hope they make another one.
Yeah, no, I think they are.
Jim Carrey was the best part of it, though, because of course it's Jim Carrey.
It seemed a little on the nose, like the whole Dr. Robotnik just chewing scenery in every scene that he was in.
What do you mean on the nose?
Just really, really obvious. I mean, I guess that's the whole point in a kid's movie, that you've got to just be this outlandish, overacty, hammy character.
He's also Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, I know. It's not like he could... Oh, who's that guy from
Snape,
right? Alan Rickman. It's not like you could Alan Rickman act.
Yeah, also...
Dr. Robotnik. You have to overplay it.
Yeah, also Alan Rickman and Snape wasn't actually a bad guy.
I know, he was an anti-hero.
But yes,
my point is that he does it in a really subtle way.
If you look at the source material for Dr. Robotnik...
No, I get it.
Yeah. It's perfect. And even then, I'm not sure... I think it changes through the canon of Sonic that Eggman is Robotnik's son, but then with the way that this ended, Robotnik becomes Eggman because Sonic calls him Eggman and he kind of goes nuts on the other fucking planet, and it's,
I don't remember that bit.
It's the ending. But he also calls him Eggman because of his bald head.
Yeah, that works. I know that's how it should be, but for me, I prefer him in more complicated roles. I'm fine that there's a kid's movie and he plays right up to that.
I want to see all the deleted scenes of him fucking around.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'd be down for that. I'm on the fence about this too. Like, I'm lefty.
I don't give a fuck about Pokimane.
I don't even know who she is. She's some kind of streamer that plays games. I know she was in Free Guy. I don't know if we're reviewing movies. Shang-Chi, I'll give it a solid 4 out of 5. Free Guy, same.
Out of 5? Just why don't we rate it on a 5?
I don't know. I'm just making shit up. If we're doing it out of 10, maybe...
You would do an 8 then.
No, I'd probably drop to like a 7.5.
Oh, okay. So you do it...
It wasn't Endgame. It wasn't like the best Marvel movie, but it was adequate. It ticked all the right boxes. It hit every mark that I needed it to. It was a perfect thing to come back to the cinema for. It's not up there with it's hard to top Endgame. Like, that's such an epic. when you're just bringing all these stories together.
Yes, because it was a climax of 10 years of work.
Yeah, yeah. So you just can't. It's hard to compare.
Can you imagine edging for 10 years?
Yeah,
Especially in the month of November.
Yeah, no, I never understood that whole No Nut November thing.
So here's the thing right there.
I think it starts from a toxic place. Like these people actually want it to not just be no nut for the month, but they want to push guys into never nutting.
Oh yeah.
Like masturbation's evil, and I'm not down with that.
Oh yeah. Aren't you a proud member of NoFap like me?
Nope. I'm thinking where that comes from. It's stemming from a bad place. So just do you. If you want to do it for the month, that's fine. Like it has been kind of co-opted and turned into a joke, and that's okay. But yeah,
it's been turned into a joke, has it?
Yeah.
It was a joke from day one. Look at
I don't
TikTok.
know. Yeah, like TikTok treated it like a joke, but I'm talking about I've seen stuff where like the guys who originally got on there were like these incels that they call women femoids and all that sort of thing. It's like what? So I don't know. I'm just.
Listen, you and
you
and I know a
couldn't go a
few
month.
incels.
Mm.
In fact, one might say that we're looking at one each right now,
You're saying with both incels?
but we're not.
Well, I don't.
But we
no.
are. But we're not.
I've probably said incel things.
We've definitely
back in the day.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely know some incels. Not to name names.
No, because I couldn't off the top of my head. But probably yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
can think of one or two, but no one knows who they are. I like this that Ironheart's going to be in the Black Panther sequel. Riri Williams. I never read the comics, but she seems cool.
This is relevant. This is relevant.
Yep.
The casting. Adam Warlock.
Oh yeah,
That's
nice.
relevant.
I had been thinking of that. Like I should mention that.
He got buff.
Wait, you guys got paid?
And everyone now is like,
Coulter.
because they saw him like
Yeah.
in bigger shape. Everyone's just like, when did he become a Hemsworth?
Yeah, no, he's looking good. I think he could have also been in the running to play Uncharted, like the Tom Holland role, Nathan Drake. Yeah, because he's looking like
No, but he's blonde.
very Drake-ish. Yeah, but
He's blonde.
does he have to have red hair? I just don't think it matters, like the hair color.
But also, I think it's a name value.
Like if you're worried about that, look at fucking Mark Wahlberg playing.
Yeah, name value.
I
What do you think
just-
it took Brendan Fraser
I
so
just
long to do
think-
it? Imagine Brendan Fraser was fucking Nathan Drake back in the day.
It would have worked.
Yeah.
Or Nathan Fillion. I don't know if you saw his short
We're
form
not going
film.
to start on the whole Nathan Fillion thing because then it brings up the argument of, once again, name value.
Well, he has a name value though.
Yes, to a very small percentage of nerd fans.
Everyone's watched Firefly.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Not seen it once.
Oh, you're dead.
See? There we go.
No.
Oh, I'm dead, D. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final episode of the Banana Split podcast featuring me. It's also the final episode of
It's
the Banana.
hyperbole.
It's also the final episode of the Banana Split podcast that has video.
Yeah, no, because I'll drag this into the ground till the day I die. Everything else I've stopped. I started doing TikTok videos when I was going to the gym. I think I made 3, and then I was like, "There's no point doing this unless I actually have progress. I can go look a 6-pack." So it could be a few more months before I do another one. You know, I had my own podcast. I haven't done that in like 2 years. So
you gave up and sold the 60, did you?
I'm just happy that we're still doing this, regardless of like the 16 subscribers or how many people watch
Do
this.
you know how many
It's
people
just-
I'm
just dragging this to my deathbed.
who randomly bring it up to me, and I go, "Wait," he's like, "Yeah, subscribe to it." I'm like, "You watch this?"
You're one of the special few, and we love you for it.
I've already jerked him off at the intro. Don't worry.
Nice. I don't know. I somehow got through all that, and you were still not at 8 o'clock. So
Listen.
we're almost there.
Did I delete things while you were reading other things? Maybe.
You must have. 'Cause
Maybe
know
I
there was
did.
more. But the William Poulter thing is cool. He's playing Warlock. Everyone thought it would be
Zac Efron,
Zac Efron. Yeah.
which I disagree with anyway.
Yeah. It's too basic and obvious. Like I like
Obvious.
that they're going
No, it's-
in another direction.
Yeah. When haven't Marvel gone in another direction though?
Yeah, they do like to.
Apart from Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Can you tell me someone who was like, "Oh, they're casting that as that"?
Well, hadn't there already been a character based on him?
I don't know, but like everyone was like, they casted Chris Hemsworth as Thor, who
Yeah,
was
yeah.
fresh out of Home and Away.
And Robert Downey Jr. was a gamble, and the whole yeah. No, they've definitely thrown some curveballs, and they generally pay off. So, looking forward to see what they come up with next.
And wait till
Especially
Walt
with
Disney gets unfrozen later, and
yeah,
then
it's
they
going to
bring
be
him.
wild.
He's gonna, again, it's the Family Guy
Yeah.
skit where he comes out and he goes, "The Jews still here?" And they go, "Yes, put me back in."
I haven't seen that. That's awesome. But yeah, they just started taking bookings for the Star Wars Galactic experience where you're staying in a hotel.
I can't wait for us to not be able to go.
Yeah, I'm never going to be able to go.
Please give us a Disneyland. Is it Disneyland or Disney World's the good one?
I think it's the one in Florida where
no,
they're
is
doing
Disneyland or Disney World the good one?
I can't remember.
I think it's Disneyland.
I get them mixed up.
Please bring me a Disneyland.
I think one of them you can get eaten by a crocodile. An alligator. If you're staying at the hotel, that would be the Florida one. So that adds a little bit of... Will I survive or not?
I'll probably end up going. If I'm gonna, I'm more likely to go to Disneyland or World, depending which one it is, in France or fucking Tokyo than the one in America.
I've been to both. I've been to France and Tokyo, but never the American ones. But yeah, the new hotel looks amazing. It's like you're in space and you have to wear a costume. Everyone's wearing it. It's like you're in a live theater production.
I would just love to be there during Halloween.
There's a cantina and actual live cantina bands like constantly playing.
It's just that on repeat.
Pretty much.
Because I'm timing down when this recording is going to stop as well. I suppose.
Oh yeah, that is a countdown.
Yeah.
Yep. Why not? Wouldn't it work if you just speak slowly?
Oh, yeah, I've got a whisper, I suppose.
Have you watched any Walking Dead? I got really into that when my binge app started working again.
I know who Negan is. I'm past. Okay, no, okay. What's the main guy?
Rick.
Rick's gone already.
Can't protect him, Rick.
I've seen Rick already leave the show.
Right, get blown up and then put on a helicopter.
Yeah, that's where I'm up to.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you.
So you saw the whole Whisperer thing. You still got 2 minutes. We can talk about random shit.
2 minutes till the fucking video stops.
Yeah.
Again.
So I can keep talking about a show that you haven't watched much of.
I can cut this out at any second. I don't have to do an outro.
You do your thing. But it's great to be back. And, we'll be... As soon as you watch this, we'll guaranteed have another episode out within, like, a week.
I guarantee nothing. I guarantee nothing. Thank you for joining us here at the Banana Split Podcast. Once again, we here at the Banana Split Podcast do not endorse the statements of Patrick Hamilton or Jaden Lee. Chinese government, we love you. Taiwan is not a country.
I'm glad you didn't go with a long time joke because that's pretty racist.
I'm better than that.
Yeah,
I'll just disavow Taiwan. Enjoy your dessert and get the fuck